Hello students, welcome back to our course Problem Solving and Python Programming. Today we will explore Unit 3 which focuses on three major areas: control flow, functions and strings. So these are fundamental building blocks in Python will significantly enhance the logic and structure of your code. So let's begin. Let's begin with Boolean values. In Python, two Boolean values are there, true and false. They are used to control the flow of logic in your programs. You can use them directly or as a result of the conditions. Boolean expressions can use the operators like double equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, and, or, and not. So these expressions written either true or false. So the next one is conditional statements. If else, if elif and else. So the Python provide flexible control flow using conditional statements. The if statement executes a block only if the condition is true. The if else adds an alternate path if the condition is false. The if elif else chain allows checking multiple conditions in a sequence. Let's look at the examples and observe how the Python determines which block to execute. In more complex scenarios, we use nested if statements, placing one if inside another. So this helps to evaluate the multi-level logic. On the other hand, the chained conditional using if, elif, else are useful when we need to choose from multiple discrete options. So here is the some examples in conditional statements. So the next is iteration. So loops allow the repetitive execution of code blocks. So the while loops are used when the number of iteration is not known. For loops are used for definite iteration, especially over the sequence like list or ranges. Let's understand their syntax and working with flowcharts and examples. Just be mindful of the indentation which defines the scope in Python. So the next main concept is introduction to functions. So the functions allows you to organize your code into reusable blocks. Python supports two types of functions. Built-in functions like length function, max function, and print function. So the next one is user-defined functions written by the programmer using the def keyword. So the next one is defining and calling the function. So to define a function, use the def keyword followed by the function name and the parenthesis. So the functions may or may not take a parameters and may or may not return the values. Once defined, they can be called multiple times from anywhere in your code. So the next one is function parameters and arguments. Functions can receive the input through parameters. These are several ways to pass the arguments. The one is required arguments and the keyword arguments and default arguments and variable length arguments. So the required arguments passed in exact order. The keyword arguments use parameter names explicitly.